everyone, it's Froggy, and welcome back to another episode of Willow Wonderful World. This is going to be the last episode of Willow Wonderful World, so I'm going back to when we still have the timer, and I'm going to try and see if we can get a better ending. If we can't, then I'm just ending it here, and then that's it. Okay, so we're being timed. I need to go back to Pi and stop him from being able to break out of jail. Life unknown. Okay. We do need one of the ones where he's... Yeah, this one. Okay, so we're gonna stop you from breaking out of jail. Great. Okay. So now we should be able to come back here and get the S for this. Okay. So, start. Okay. I heard a very unnatural bird chirping from the distance, a sudden breeze. Bullets hit flesh. Lieutenant Kim fell to the ground in front of the window. Okay, so we've already seen this. So I'm just gonna quickly go through it. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, blah, blah. And then we're gonna get saved by Chang Jung-min. Beautiful. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Done. Okay. And then for this, okay, so we need to get the archives one. Okay.
Natasha.
Uh-huh. Okay, so we've already seen the archives one. Here I come. Live in the archives. Okay. Okay, so the room suddenly went dark, the power was out, someone knocked on the door, then I heard Nana screaming. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, now we can go back to this, put this back as S, and then, oh, how did I do that? How did I get this to actually do it? Oh, I need the Z rank for this one. Yeah. Okay, it's fine. Just, Okay. Z rank. Passcode. Or, there's no Z rank for this. What do we have? Okay, this is the wrong one. I need the one that links with Spotty. Uniform gone, not you. Disasters, stalking mission. Standoff feeling king, shaking hands, I need a gun. Sharp gargle shorts, soap opera. Okay. Start. Okay. Retry. Soap opera, soap opera, soap opera. Soap opera, here we go. Okay, so piece of soap, piece of soap, piece of soap. Appeared out of nowhere. He reached out. I ran over. Okay, glanced at him, his whole body top notch. Kind of into dudes. Dudes into dudes. Oh, I needed that for something. I needed that for that. But I need this to have S rank. Okay, Spotty needs S rank on Fury of the Cat, Rain and Tears. Okay. A piece of soap appeared. Out of nowhere, the ground was covered with water. Very slippery. Here. Not quite. Okay. Got this. Alright, here we go.
내 탓이야. 바보같이.
Well, we got rotten instead. Did we do rotten together? Oh, we got a little, I don't know, a thing. Outside the window. Am I really seeing this? It stopped snowing. Just like the letter said, the snow's finally stopped. I don't know if Master has seen this. I must go and tell him. Master? Master, are you in there? Oh, the door's unlocked. Oh, he's sleeping on the couch. Master's lying on the couch, face down and sound asleep. The tea and snacks I brought in half an hour ago are still sitting on the desk by the door untouched. He's still sleeping. He seems to be sleeping an awful lot recently. I can't even remember the last time that I saw him awake. Should I wake him? Quietly. Master, the snow has stopped. Master, the snow has stopped. Master, it stopped snowing! Wake up! That's strange. He's sleeping a little too soundly. Oh well, that's fine. He'll see that the snow has stopped when he wakes up. I walked towards the door, but I noticed something strange. The tea and snacks that I brought in half an hour ago are still sitting on the desk by the door. There's a teapot and a cup on a tray and the plate of pumpkin cookies. I always put 5 cookies on the plate because it looks better that way. When I came in earlier, the 5 cookies were still exactly where I put them. But they're gone now. I take the lid off the teapot, and there's nothing but wet leaves inside. I turn around and look at Master. He's barely been out of my sight, and he's still sleeping. Weird. Where did the snacks go? Has a ghost taken the cookies and the tea? I pick up the cup and carefully examine it. There are no tea stains on the cup at all. And then I realize something. For the past few days, the cups have always been clean when I come to collect them. It's almost like they haven't been used. Never been used. I walk back to the couch and lightly tap on Master. No response. I push him harder. No response. I even pull some hair off of his head. Still no response. Oh no, is he... Several possibilities come into my mind. If I were human, I would assume Master is sick or even dead. But could those things happen to a god too? And what's the story with the vanished cookies and tea? I'm not sure what happened, but Master has been in some sort of trouble. I must wake him up, no matter what. But how? Isn't this... I pull out a pen from under Master. It's the one that he always used for work. I've seen him working a few times, so I have some kind of idea how to use it. Even though I'm just a servant, Master once mentioned that we were both gods. Maybe I could... No matter what, I have to give it a shot. Oh, okay, we have our own. Please wake up. I was standing in the room of Master Willie. He was lying on the couch. He was sound asleep. How badly I wished that he would rush over as normal and mock the awful tasting snacks I've made. Please let him wake up. Myth. Okay, start. He was lying on the couch. Let's move that. Ah! Why didn't it work? Is Master the only one who can use it? But I can feel something. Something's about to happen. I'm so close. What am I missing? Maybe I should check Master's room more carefully. I might be able to find some clues. There must be something else that I'm missing. Master is a dumbass. It's not working. He still can't hear me. Let me carry Master to his bed first. Eh? Whoa! How is he so heavy? I can't carry him at all. The drawer is locked. Master must have locked something very important inside. But if I don't have the key, how can I open it? Oh, right. I could try that again. Can we click on ourselves? No? Alright. Locked drawer. I tried to open the drawer. There must have been something very important inside, but it was locked. And then I tried the cabinet next to it. It wasn't locked. But there was nothing inside, and I realized that there must be something very, very important inside the drawer, and I needed to open it. Myth. Okay. Oh! It worked! There's an old newspaper and a picture frame inside of the drawer. The entire newspaper, including the front page, is about one thing only. Why would Master lock a newspaper inside this drawer? The headline of the front page reads, "Changing the Fate of Humans, a New Revolution for Global Civilization." The headline article is accompanied by a photo of two people. One is a middle-aged man, and the other is a middle-aged woman, each of them holding a peculiar box in their hands. I look at the article to the right end of the photo. Take a six-sided dice. The chance of getting any number between 1 and 6 during one roll is 1 in 6. On average, we should get the number that we want in 6 tries at most. Now, if each and every possibility in the world, from the past to the present and future, could be represented by a number, then if we had a die that has as many sides as all of the possibilities, and we can roll the die fast enough, we should be able to change everything. This was the theory proposed by Dr. Wang Rihai during the International Summit Conference on Artificial Intelligence 5 years ago. At the time, his presentation was widely mocked by experts. The press described it as pure lunacy. Some critics even accused him of being deranged, and some of his fellow Chinese colleagues considered him a disgrace to their country. However, a month ago, Dr. Wang and his wife announced that, based on their theory, they had developed 2 prototype machines that are literally capable of anything. They named them omnidimensional possibility generators. Omnidimensional probability generators? What just happened? Actually, I think I've seen this before. While the entire world was still skeptical about their announcement, Dr. Wang had held an exclusive invitation-only press conference. Our editor and reporter were fortunate enough to have been invited to attend this historical conference, and were able to report that they had witnessed the astonishing capabilities of the so-called omnidimensional probability generators. During the conference, Dr. Wang started by doing a small demonstration of telepathy. A volunteer was invited out to the stage and separated from Dr. Wang by a screen. They each wrote down a number on a blackboard. Somehow, they both wrote down the same number every single time. But according to Dr. Wang, it wasn't really telepathy. It was the result of Dr. Wang changing the number that the volunteer had written down by operating a generator. Yet none of the audience, not even the volunteer himself, had noticed anything unusual. In the second demonstration, Dr. Wang locked himself inside a sealed room separate from the audience. Then he was asked to write down the appearance of a volunteer from the crowd, who was yet to be chosen. After After Dr. Wang had finished writing on a whiteboard, a volunteer was selected from the audience. He was a young man with a ponytail. His hair was dripping with green paint. The young man explained that earlier in the day, he was walking past a building on his way to the conference when the painters high above the building accidentally dropped a bucket of paint which landed on his head. As he was feeling very uncomfortable due to the dripping paint, he asked to borrow a pair of scissors from the staff at the conference, and he cut off his ponytail right there on stage. Then the staff revealed that Dr. Wang had already written on the board. It read, "Male, 175 centimeters, lean, short, green hair." Everyone present gasped, including the young man. If Dr. Wang had written down short black hair instead, did it mean that the young man would not have been doused with the green paint earlier? Or maybe someone else would have been chosen. The press conference ended, leaving everyone in utter shock. Although we were only able to witness 2 simple demonstrations, we have absolutely no doubt that the invention of the generator is powerful enough to completely overhaul all accepted logic in the world, perhaps even the entire universe as we know it. The Nobel Prizes for Physics, Chemistry, and Medicine, which are typically announced in October, have all been awarded to the Wangs in advance this year. However, Dr. Wang and his wife released another statement declining the prizes. They also stated that no further information about the omnidimensional probability generators would be released to the public. Therefore, even though the news of the machine's invention had spread throughout the entire world, we still have no understanding on the principles of its capabilities. During the press conference, Dr. Wang and his wife revealed that the reason for creating the invention had nothing to do with their greater benefits for mankind, but only to fulfill their own wishes. So far, many nations led by the United States have expressed their stern concerns for the Chinese government. The leaders from these countries claim that the invention is extremely dangerous and might even have the potential to eradicate the entire human race. They insist that the machine, as well as all related research, must be destroyed as soon as possible. The Chinese government has yet to respond to the demands. As of this moment, we have a very limited knowledge of the unidimensional probability generators. The only information that we were able to confirm is that Dr. Wang has named his project Will, and that they have built 2 prototypes, Will 0 and Will 1. Unsubstantiated information suggests that both prototypes might have also been equipped with highly advanced artificial intelligence that are modeled after the couple's son and daughter, respectively. The children of the Wangs died 3 years ago in a traffic accident. A photo of the children can be seen on the right. A smaller photo was printed to the far right of the article. It was the same as the one in the picture inside the picture frame. Elder brother Wang, Wei, left. Younger sister Wang, Miao, right. They were both killed in a traffic accident 3 years ago. They tragically died at the young ages of 14 and 12, respectively. No, this is... My head, it hurts so bad. Well, I won't be mad if you sing me a song. What? What song? Well, I want you to sing Teresa Tang's I Only Care About You for me. That's too embarrassing. I'd be okay with one of her other songs, too. All of her songs are too embarrassing to sing out loud. How about this? You give me a kiss on the cheek and Big Brother will sing for you right here, right now. Deal? Mwah. Not on my hand, on my face. Here. Wait. Oh no! What's the matter? Luca is gone! Did you lose it at the zoo? It's okay. I'll get you an even cuter one. No. I want to go and find it. Wait, don't run so fast. Be careful. Watch out for the car! The car! Doctor, we are about to lose the girl. Ouch. It hurts. Oh no. What is it? It was an accident. She was hit by a truck. She lost too much blood on the way here, and she's barely breathing. Blood pressure 40/70. Inject adrenaline. Prepare for the transfusion. Brother. She's losing consciousness. There's no heartbeat. Charge to 200. Clear. No change. One more. Charge to 300. Clear. Damn it. Step aside. Heartbeat has stopped for 52 seconds. Was there anyone else with her? There was a boy. He died in the ambulance. Damn it. Time of death, 10:28 a.m. Where am I? Dr. Wang, we did it! You did it! All readings normal. No exceptions encountered. Hi, how are you, my little darling? Who am I? You are my miracles. Miracles? That's right. I remember now. I remember our real names. Omnidimensional probability generators. Instruction number 3. All descriptions in the requests must be objectively accurate. That's why I couldn't wake him. I got his name wrong. His real name is... I mean, the boy's name was Wang. The thing is named Will. Do this. Door's already been opened. The letter doesn't matter anymore. But then I don't understand. What's the point? Why am I here? This one. Retry. Okay. No, that's not right either. He is not the real Wang Wei. He only has Wang Wei's personality. We're not human. We are the omnidimensional probability generators. His real name is Will. Okay, so then we will do Will. There we go. I put down the pen. He wakes up. I didn't think that she would be able to wake me up. I didn't think that I would be fooled by you again. And for such a long time, no less. I'm sorry. How long has it been? Well, let me think. Counting the day that we were born, it has been a lot of years, 8 months and 3 days. I think I need a little more time. I'm still quite confused. By the way, what happened to us? Oh no, I meant what happened to the brother and sister? They turned out to be okay. Oh well, turned out isn't entirely accurate. They were always okay. Oh yes, I remember now. In the revised history, they were never in an accident. Am I right? That's right. We can't really resurrect someone who has died, but we can change what has happened to them. That is our primary function. That was why Dr. Wang invented us. He wanted us to save his children. That's wonderful, isn't it? He accomplished his goal. Yes, you're right. Dr. Wang was a great father and maybe an even greater scientist. But he was also too selfish. You must have realized this too. Yeah. The view outside of the window is not really an illusion, is it? The fact that the humans' world, also known as Earth, looks like now. Am I right? Yes. Earth has become uninhabitable for human beings. Not just humans. It is uninhabitable for any living organism. Earth has become a death planet. When did it become like this? Not long after I put you into hibernation. Was it because of the war? I seem to remember a lot of people fighting to be in possession of us. And lots of them died because of us. Yes. After you were put in hibernation, we went from one owner to the next countless times. Some of them even used to do truly horrifying things. But that's just reality. As long as people knew about our existence, they would inevitably want to exploit us. Snow in the summer, earthquakes with no warning, intangible urban legends. Everything supernatural that happened in the world was because of us.
Well, we could prevent ourselves from ever being found. If they found us, shouldn't we be able to change something so that it would have never happened? For example, just like how we never... how the siblings never got into the accident because of us.
We did. We tried. You don't remember, do you? But it became an endless cycle. Someone would always find us. As long as we existed, as long as there were people in the world, they would always find us sooner or later. Then they would realize our power. It was always just a matter of time. Before history repeated itself.
And then, how about we erase ourselves from existence? For instance, we could make it so that Dr. Wang never invented us.
About that, have you ever wondered if Dr. Wang had only invented us for his own use? Why would he tell the entire world about us?
Well, because he wanted to show off.
Perhaps. But mostly he did it because he knew that once we fulfilled his wishes, we would cease to exist in this world.
Cease to exist? Why?
If his children had never died, Dr. Wang would have no reason to invent us. And we would not have been invented.
But we're still here.
That's the problem. If we use our power to erase our existence, then how could we have used the power in the first place? This is a paradox. This is why we can't erase ourselves. At most, we can only make ourselves forgotten. But merely forgotten was not enough. People would still eventually find us. As far as I know, the only way to erase ourselves or to kill ourselves is to exhaust our energy. Our energy consumption is irreversible.
You're telling me we don't have very much energy left, do we? Is that why you've been sleeping a lot recently?
Yes, but I still have a little energy left. That is why you were able to wake me up. Furthermore, I'm looking more lively now because you shared some of your energy with me. The total amount of our remaining energy, however, is only going to keep going down. Once our energy is completely depleted, not even you will be able to wake me up.
So, what you're saying is that the only way to change our current circumstances to use up our energy before we're found again.
In theory, yes. However, just like we can't simply erase our existence, we are not able to waste our energy away as we please either.
Wait a second. Isn't this too pessimistic? Is there really no other way? Everything happens for a reason. If we could modify the key events that led to the apocalypse, shouldn't we be able to change the future?
It's easier said than done. For a long time, I have been looking for a way to return to the world to normal. And that's what those letters are for. These letters were all written by humans a long time ago. What I have been trying to do is keep changing these past events.
These people were real? I thought the letters were made up by you, and all of these were just fictional characters.
They really did exist once in the world. They're all dead now, of course, but before the apocalypse, they were all alive and well. Everything in these letters are true stories and events from their lives.
So, whenever we modify their letters, the events happen to them are modified as well?
Yes, except that we're not changing anything that is happening now. All of those stories happened a long, long time ago.
So, is that how we function? By modifying letters like this? The demonstrations mentioned in the newspaper seems a little different from what we've been doing.
Technically, we use our power by activating the probability generator mechanism after accepting a request, hence changing the objective reality. I told you to rearrange those texts to change the casual relationships because I wanted you to believe that we were gods. I intentionally obfuscated the working process. However we do it, the essence of our power remains the same. It is exactly the same as rolling a die.
A die? You mean a six-sided cube with a different number on each side?
Yes, you get a number every time you roll the die. The chance of getting a specific number is always 1 in 6. If you want a specific number, then the number of times you would need to roll the die to get that number will be 6 on average. There are also dice with more than 6 sides. For example, there were some games in the human world that used dice with 12 or more sides. The die we are rolling is this world. This is only a metaphor that is easier to understand, of course. The true principle is much more complicated. Depending on the complexity of the request, the number of sides would change as well. Most of the requests we've handled required way more than 6 sides. They would often go beyond 100 million. Our goal is basically trying to roll a specific number from the die. Only by obtaining that number can the request be granted. However, the more sides a die has, the lower probability of rolling a specific number becomes. For a die with only 2 sides, the chance of getting a 1 is 50%, and on average you only need to roll it twice. But for a die with 20 sides, the chance becomes 5%, and you need to roll it 20 times on average. Every time we roll a die, it drains our energy. The more we roll it, the more it costs us.
Cost? Like an expense?
Sort of. Although the way to measure the cost is different from the definition typically used by the humans. The cost to us for changing an event is only related to the probability of said event, nothing more. Let's say someone wants to make a life or death decision by flipping a coin, and another wants to win the lottery. The chance of preventing death for the former is 1 in 2, while the latter is less than 100 million. Of course, there are many other ways to prevent his death, but our design guarantees that we will always select the method with the maximum probability. A probability of 1 in 2 is very large. In this case, it would cost us a lot less to save a life than to award someone a huge amount of money. Furthermore, the more complex a request is, there are usually more people and other events involved. As the interactions between the people and other things become exponentially more complicated, the lower the probability gets, the higher the cost to us.
I think I understand it now. Although, how come you know all of this, but I don't? Is there some data that you haven't restored to me?
No, once you saw the newspaper, all of your data was restored. It is part of Dr. Wang's original design. Not only do you and I have different personalities, but we also have different functions and different data stored in our databases. The logic of that design choice is to make us behave more like our personalities.
So, you mean that Dr. Wang thought I wasn't smart enough to remember all of these details?
I never said that.
How did you get through all of this time by yourself? Didn't you ever feel lonely?
Of course. Like I said, I've been trying to change the past this whole time. I started by changing some mundane events so that people would start to believe in the gods they heard about in urban legends. That way they would pray to us more, and I would get more opportunities to change their fates. I always hoped to find one tiny ripple in the past that could save the world from its destruction. But perhaps all of these past events were too insignificant to make a real impact. No matter what I did, the future remained unchanged. At first I still had faith in myself and my objective. But after doing the same thing over and over again for over 100 million years without any progress, I began to doubt myself. I even started to resent those humans.
That must be why you always sound so irritated by them. Still, I can't help but think that you have done so much and so well. And the best proof of that is all of these letters from the humans to us.
You think so? However, as powerful as we are not the real gods after all. Our choices are always very limited. Sometimes I even doubted myself too, wondering if I just wasn't seeing clearly. That was why I woke you up after changing some of your data. I wanted you to be a god. I thought that maybe you might be able to bring out some new possibilities. But in the end, perhaps it doesn't matter how we approach everything. Maybe this world is simply destined to end up like this. All because of our existence.
You're such a dumbass. Why didn't you wake me up sooner? Why did you have to carry all of this alone? No one ever knows for sure what the consequences of their decisions will be. No one really has the power to predict the future. Even we don't know for sure what would have happened to people who wrote to us. Therefore, every decision, every choice, there's no absolute right or wrong. Nevertheless, these decisions and choices are still full of meanings. Because even though they don't always lead to a wonderful ending, every experience becomes a part of the human's irreplaceable memories.
Memories?
Just like what we're going to have. We will have these priceless memories too, right?
Yes.
As for the fate of the humans, we could help them solve some of their problems, but in the end, it's not us who gets to decide their destiny. The paths of their lives were affected by so many factors. Sometimes things could be decided by pure luck, but more often than not, they were determined by their sheer will. The only ones who could decide their own fates are the humans themselves.
Well, if you are right, then maybe Dr. Wang had foreseen what would happen afterwards.
That's what I thought, too. If he had wanted to make us disappear, there must be countless ways to do so. But he didn't. Maybe it was because he still had some faith in this world.
Faith. But even if Dr. Wang had some expectations, we have messed it all up by now. No matter what we do, this world is not showing any signs of change at all.
You still haven't noticed, have you? Look outside the window.
What is there to look at? I've been staring at that same view for over 100 million years. The snow. How? When did this happen? When did this stop snowing? What did you do?
It wasn't me. It was you. You made this happen. In the last letter that you processed before falling asleep, a man named Pi picked up a metal box after an accident. The snowing stopped after that. The box he picked up, it must have been us. We did it. We changed this world by changing something 100 million years ago. It proves that what you've been doing is actually working. From now on, you don't have to do this all by yourself. I'll be here by your side. Even though we're the only ones left in this world.
No. If the humans stopped writing to us, we have to go back to the past ourselves in person.
Go back to the past? Are you talking about using the time leap feature?
Yes. Do you still remember this note? It says something about time leap.
But it says it's unverified. Could it really work? Wouldn't it be dangerous?
No, it's not dangerous at all. Although this feature is exclusive to me, I must be the one to perform it.
Wait. Did you just touch your own horn? Were you lying again? I know you too well. Every time you lie, you touch your head.
Well, you got me.
It is very dangerous, isn't it?
It's a little dangerous. While our functional mechanism resembles rolling a die, there are also hidden implications, time reversal. In other words, imagine that the number we want is 1. We cannot guarantee that what we roll is 1 on the first try. If we don't get a 1, we can reverse time, and roll again until we get the number we want. But when we reverse time, this entire world, including ourselves, still stays at the exact same temporal spot. What we really do when we reverse time is overwrite past events with the modified version that we have chosen. Meanwhile, neither we nor the world actually go back in time. If we physically went to the past, then the two different timelines would conflict with each other. According to Dr. Wang's research, doing so might result in us being stuck in the gap between timelines and sever our connection to this world completely. If that happens, the only way to bring us back would be to send a signal from the real world summoning us from that purgatory. Which means, if we ever do use the time leap feature, we might lose our connection to this world forever.
I see now. But wait, you just mentioned something about summoning us from the real world. What if one of us stays here? Then the one who stays can make sure that the other one is summoned back, even if we get lost.
I think you have a point. Wait, you mean...
Yes, we can go separately. One of us can go first, and then the other one can go after the first one arrives. This way we can make sure that we're both safe, right?
Well, you're right. It sounds like a plan. It's a good plan. Excellent. Let's do this then.
What happened? Why did everything suddenly change?
This house looks the same as the one that we used to live in. But it is only an illusion. It has been over 100 million years. Our old house crumbled into dust long ago. Since I don't have anything else to hide from you, there is no need for us to waste my energy on maintaining the illusion.
That makes sense. Well, now that we know we can return to the past, let's go. Although, when will we be going back to exactly?
If everything goes according to plan, we will probably be right after the young man you mentioned picked us up.
Wow, if that's the case, doesn't that mean that we get to see the people that have been writing us letters?
Of course. They were still alive back then.
We could even hear them sing. We won't have to tolerate our constant beeping anymore.
I would like to go visit Jimmy and use with his superpower.
Brother.
Aw.
Thank you. Idiot.
Idiot. What are you thanking me for?
I haven't been awake for long, but I'm really, really happy. I think I used to say that I preferred Fluffy to you. Is that why you chose to look like Fluffy? Brother, you've always been a big liar. But in the end, you're still you, the one who stayed by my side until the end. Thanks for staying with me for so long.
You, stop being so polite. It's not like I have anywhere else to go. All right now, we should get going. You should go first. Once I get there, if you don't hear me, don't forget to send a summoning signal. I don't want to be drifting in the gap between timelines forever.
Don't worry, I'll see you on the other side. Later.
Okay. Later. I should be the one saying thanks. As well as sorry. I've stopped touching my head while lying for a long time. I intentionally made these horns just so that you would notice when I touched them. I knew this day would come. You're so smart. How could I fool you again if I wasn't fully prepared? However, I promise this is the last time that I will ever lie to you, my little sister. There's no such thing as a gap between timelines. In Dr. Wang's theory about time and space, there is only one unique world in which we live, and there are no parallel universes or timelines. Therefore, it is not possible to go back separately. It is actually very simple to return to the world to its past state as long as we supply a huge amount of energy. I have known this for a long time. I have always known that this is the only possible way left. But I just couldn't bear leaving you alone. And that's why I've been dragging my feet for over 100 million years. A perfect world can't really exist for me. But you were right about one thing. Every decision, every choice is still full of meanings. Therefore, this is my final decision. I have no regrets. But I am so sorry. I am so sorry that I couldn't be with you until the very end. I am so sorry that I can't be with you in the brand new world. I'm going to erase your memories of me, so that you won't remember me anymore. In that brand new world that you have always hoped to see for yourself. There will be your favorite osmanthus cakes. There will be your beloved buka. There will be all kinds of people that you have wished to meet. There just won't be me. However, I truly believe that a brand new world with you, the world that you have always wanted to be a part of, will be a wonderful world. Aww. There was an urban legend. Walk into a dark and damp alley in the middle of the night. You might hear the sound of a young girl singing. Follow that beautiful voice. You might see a small cabin with its lights on deep inside an alley. A 14-year-old girl with a white chance of something is living alone inside. If you pray to the girl about your troubles, she might hear your plea and change your fate. But the next day you will walk into the alley again. There will be nothing but a gray wall at the end. Excerpt from the Modern Urban Legends. Thank you so much for helping them complete this journey. After their departure, you can choose to remain in this old world and become the new owner of the house. After loading from the wonderful ending, you may continue helping the humans, but neither will nor will one will respond to any of your decisions or questions. Back to the past. Yeah, I'd like to save. Do we have all of them now? Or at least most? We have some. Album Dictionary Achievements. Well. My goodness. This was a very interesting game. I quite enjoyed it, and it's interesting to find out that we weren't gods and what their actual backstory was. And also it's depressing that the brother just left. He gave himself up so that she could keep going. But I always found that the relationship between the siblings was really weird. Like, I think the brother had a sister complex. It's just what it seemed like to me. Anyways, I really did enjoy this game, though. And I'd like to know what you guys thought about it. So why don't you let me know in the comments below what your thoughts are. And who's your favorite character? I'm interested in that, too. I think mine is probably Chang Jung-min. I really liked him. I thought his storyline was really, really interesting. Alicia as well. I also found her interesting. And Spotty. I love the cat. How can I not love the... You know what? I love most of the characters. Like Pi, I really found crazy, but interesting. And his story, like his whole story, from when he was Park to Pi, is just crazy to me. It's just crazy. But yeah. And I think his name was Jack on his passport, wasn't it? Wasn't he the one that worked maybe with Alicia? I think he worked with Alicia in the Maple Cafe. And then he just murdered people at night or something. I don't know. Maybe. Either way, I've got a lot of weird theories about this game, but I don't have enough time for it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I hope you enjoyed this series. If you want to see more videos from me, then don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.